Well, hey guys, Pastor DPJ here. I'm feeling a little better. I have COVID. My symptoms are, it just feels like a heavy cold, but I'm doing okay. Glad that you guys are here. Glad you tuned in. Remember, like and subscribe to the channel, so that you can get notifications when we post. Sad day, I want to talk to you guys about mental health, especially the mental health of men. We found out that Twitch, popular dancer, DJ, Ellen DeGeneres show, countless times he's hosted different shows, and by all stretches of the imagination, he should be okay. He has a loving wife. He's got kids. They have money. They're beautiful looking people. They got fame, success, fortune. But internally, he was dying on the inside. And so if you look at like his posts from 24 hours ago, in the posts, you could see like in his voice, in his countenance, in like how he was feeling, at the time. And he was saying things like, what is life really about? What is our purpose here? And things like that. When you hear men say things like that, take heed to that. Take heed to that. We're raised that boys don't cry, tough it up, suck it up. Life ain't easy. And then when we're hit with different things in life, we're told, push through it. Don't be no punk. Therapy is looked down upon. It makes us weak as men. If we need to go talk to a counselor, we have to get past that. And women, when you hear men say things like, I'm so tired, I'm exhausted, I don't have no more energy, take heed to that kind of stuff. Don't look at that like your man's being a punk, or no, you just don't want to do life and things like that. Listen, mental illness amongst men is real. Depression is real. I've struggled with depression in my 20s, and I masked my depression with substances, with drugs, alcohol, that kind of lifestyle to numb the pain of my depression and the traumas that happened to me in my life. So I know it's real, and you could be partying, you could have a smile on your face. And I can remember partying, having a good time, to everybody else. And when I would lay down to go to sleep at night, I would wake up in the morning, I would say, Lord, why did you let me wake up again? Why did I wake up again? But everybody who was at the party, everybody who was at the club thought that I was feeling good, I was having a good time, but I wasn't. And I spoke up, and I got some help. My father noticed some things in me that were different and prompted me to get some help, and I did, and it's life-saving. So we have to be we have to be a safe spot for men to be able to talk to. Stop looking down on each other because you need therapy or the next person needs therapy. It's tough for men to talk about it because we live in a society where we're supposed to be, big and bad and tough. And after a while of that, you can get beat down, especially if you're not getting poured back into. If you have to fix your face, put a smile on your face before you go back into the house, and you pour out, and then you come back in and you're not getting poured to inside your home. And maybe because you haven't spoke up about these things, man, suicide is not the solution. It just compounds the problem. It compounds the problem because we could leave Earth, but we leave people in our wake. We leave our children. Now, how will our children feel if dad committed suicide? My best friend, one of my best friends growing up 7 years ago committed suicide. His dad died when he was young, by gun violence. He actually fell on his own gun. And then he was depressed. He was in that lifestyle. Then my best friend, same thing, was depressed in that lifestyle, and he shot himself too. We didn't even know. Like, we had no idea. By all stretches of the imagination, this guy was the best looking guy in the room. He was the smartest guy in the room. He was the most athletic guy in the room. He was the man. Shot himself. We didn't know. None of the homies knew. Nobody knew. Everybody's like, what? I just talked to B. You don't know. Man, we have to speak up. And we're not going to speak up for ourselves. Let's speak up for our kids who will still be on Earth when we leave. And to our wonderful women out there, please be a safe space for your man to tell you that I'm not doing good. My head is a mess. And pour into him. Push him towards counseling. And every counselor isn't for everybody. You have to find the right fit for you. But point him to some counselors, help him do some research, but be there by his side through it. We don't know if Twitch's wife knew of his depression or not. I'm not going to speak on that. But I'm sure his wife noticed some things, because when he left the house and didn't have his car, she got on the phone immediately, like, okay, his behavior's odd. So just be mindful of what's going on inside of you, and we can do things to help our mental health. We can exercise, we could eat right, we could put things in our body that gives our body what it needs to function properly, and our brain to function properly, and all of our hormonal levels to be in balance. But be able to be there for somebody. Fellas, don't look down on one another. He's not a punk because he's crying. He's letting that out, because you call him a punk when he's crying, but you're at his funeral crying. So, you know what I mean? It all could be prevented. But mental health is real. Let's stop poking fun at it. Let's stop acting like it doesn't exist. Because it definitely does. And all the images and everything we see on social media and all these different platforms and things like that aren't designed to make us feel better. They're not. They're just not. They're designed to take away our self-esteem and make us feel worse. They're designed to push propaganda to us that makes us think a certain way. There's real life spirits behind the entertainment world. There's real things going on in the supernatural realm that you can't see with natural eyes, and it really exists. And the stats are there. If you look at depression now, as opposed to depression before social media and smartphones, look at anxiety levels now and before then. So, we really have to be careful. We got to be careful what we let in our eyes. We got to be careful what we let in our ears. But be willing to be there for somebody, listen to somebody. You think that person's whining, they're venting. They need to get that. They need to talk about that stuff. Even if it doesn't make sense to us when they're talking to us about it, just listen, be attentive. Listen to what they're really trying to tell you versus the words that are coming out of their mouth. And then help them seek some help. Help them seek some help. You know, I pray in 2023 that all in all, we're becoming better people. We're becoming better people. We're going to become a better nation. We're going to become more united, is my prayer, and less divided. You know, so I look forward to what 2023 is going to bring. But take care of your mental health. Take care of your mental health. Call somebody if you need to. Message somebody if you need to. Call the churches. Call a church. Talk to a pastor. But reach out. And let's do this thing. Remember, you can be part of the solution or you can be part of the problem. You can make progress or you can make excuses. Let's go. The D Philly Show. I love you guys. I'm out.